Okay, I'm going to show you how to replace the water supply line for a refrigerator. This is under the kitchen sink. This is where the water supply line comes from, the basement. This line here goes up to supply cold water to the sink, and this line here goes to the refrigerator. The old line was leaking a little bit somewhere between the refrigerator and this spot here, so I just pulled out the old line. Now I've purchased the parts to replace it, and this is what I've got. It's a you can see it's a 25-foot polyethylene pipe or tubing. The 1/4 inch OD stands for outside diameter, and .170 ID stands for inside diameter. And I also, you can see on the end here, this product didn't come with these brass pieces on the end. I've put those on myself, and this is what you need to buy to for those brass ends. You can see it's that little I guess it's Delrin, that little plastic sleeve right there, and that brass part that goes inside of the pipe, you can see it inside there. And then these are the nuts, and I'll show you how I'm going to put those on the other side so you can see exactly how I'm going to put it on. But essentially that line just goes through, there's a hole in the back of my cabinets, you can see back there, and it goes through behind the dishwasher, in the back of those two cabinets, and then there's a refrigerator. So I'm going to show you how to connect the other end, and then I'll connect this end, turn it on, and it's ready to go. Okay, the first thing you put on is the nut. Then the plastic sleeve has a thick part and a thin part. Face the thick part down towards the metal nut. It's shaped the same as this. It's kind of seats down inside of there. And then this insert goes inside of the hose. It can be a little bit hard to get in there. So you just have to keep wiggling and pushing it in until you get it all the way seated. Sometimes you might want to push it on the floor like that so it's completely seated. And that's really all there is to it. So then you just will connect that to the ends. One end of the fridge and the other end that I already showed you to the water supply under the sink. Okay, so I added a little Teflon tape. Any hardware store will have it. It's really easy. Just tear it off, wrap it around in the same direction you're going to be twisting the nut as you tighten it. That's sort of one of the secrets of it. This nut is a half-inch nut, so if you have a half-inch wrench, then that will tighten it on. And I'm going to tighten it on, and then I'll show you the finished product. Okay, and that's what it looks like all tightened on. And that's pretty much it. The Teflon tape's great because it helps to prevent leaks. I didn't really wrench down on it. I just got it snug to where I really felt like it was on there good and tight. But I don't want to ruin any of the plastic insides or the little sleeve in there, so I wouldn't over tighten it. But the key is to check for leaks after you turn the water on. This is still the old hose on the refrigerator side. So I'm going to loosen this little nut here. That's a 1/4 inch nut. And then I'm going to put the new hose, which is right here. I'm going to string it the same way the old one was through there. And then remove that and connect it there. Okay, so I have the new one in, and I'm just tightening that little, I guess, I don't know, hanger bolt or whatever it is. And I left it loose until I got this part way on, just so that it would still slide back and forth in there. And it still will a little bit. I did apply some more Teflon tape here, and I've got that most of the way on, so I just need to tighten it the rest of the way, and then it's all done. I can turn the water back on and test. Okay, so both sides are tight. I'm gonna now turn the water on, and then we'll run the fridge and get some water flowing, and then we'll check for leaks. So the water's flowing. That's a good sign. There's probably going to be some air in there. So I'm going to run several glasses of water through there just to make sure the lines are nice and flushed out and I got clean water. But it looks like everything's working, so I'm going to run a few cups full and then we'll check for leaks. Okay, I've run several glasses of water through there. All I do to check for leaks is I just squeeze my fingers down around the bolt and all around, and then I just look for dampness on my fingers. And they're dry, perfectly dry. I don't know, it might look a little shiny in the video, but it's not from water, so that it's completely dry. Check the other side. And this looks dry too. I don't feel any leaks whatsoever. So might be a good idea to check again in a week or so and just make sure there's not any seepage. And always a good idea to check for leaks on any appliance. And just as a disclaimer, I'm not a professional plumber. Anytime you're hooking up water lines, there's a danger of major leaks. So this is something that if you don't feel skilled enough to do, you should hire a professional. And understand that I am not a professional, but hope this helps you, and thank you very much for watching.